Tonight, our Come Follow Me story comes from the Old Testament. It is one of the most famous stories of all. It is about a boy named David and a giant named Goliath. This week we are learning a wonderful truth, that faith in God can help us be brave. Even when something feels very, very big. So snuggle in and let your eyes grow soft as you listen. Now imagine a wide green valley with tall hills on either side. On one hill stood the army of God's people, and on the other hill stood an army that wanted to fight them. The sky was turning soft and golden as evening came. But the soldiers were not resting. They were afraid. Now, before we meet the giant, let me tell you about David. David was the youngest boy in his family. He was not a soldier. He was a shepherd who took care of the sheep. And out in the quiet fields, David had learned something important. One day, a lion had come to take a little lamb, and another day a big bear came too. But David was not alone. God was right there with him. And God helped David keep his little lamb safe. So David learned that God was always near, and that God was bigger than anything he had to face. One day, David's father sent him to bring food to his older brothers. His brothers were soldiers in the army on the hill. So David walked a long way, carrying bread for them to eat. But when he got there, he found everyone feeling afraid. For down in the valley, there stood a giant. His name was Goliath. Goliath was taller than any man they had ever seen. He wore heavy armor that shone in the sun, and he had a big, loud, booming voice. Every day, Goliath would shout across the valley. He would say that no one was brave enough to stand up to him. And every day the soldiers were too scared to move. Even the biggest and strongest men were trembling. For 40 long days, no one would answer the giant. But little David was not afraid. Do you know why? Because David remembered the quiet fields. He remembered the lion and the bear. He remembered that God had been with him every single time. So David said, "I will go and face the giant." The soldiers were surprised. David was so much smaller than Goliath. But David was not looking at how big the giant was. He was thinking about how big God was. David's older brothers were not sure. They said, "You are only a boy." But David spoke gently and kindly. He told the king, "Please do not worry. When a lion came to take my sheep, the Lord helped me. And when a bear came, the Lord helped me then too. The very same God who saved me from the lion and the bear will help me now." The king wanted to help, so he gave David his own heavy armor to wear. But the armor was much too big. David could hardly walk in it. So he took it off and set it gently aside. David did not need a big sword or heavy armor. He only needed the God who had always been with him. So David walked down to a little stream, and he chose 5 smooth stones and put them in his bag. Then he picked up his sling, the very same one he used to protect his sheep. And with a heart full of trust, little David walked toward the giant. Goliath looked down and laughed. He could not believe they had sent a boy. But David was not afraid. David called out in a clear and steady voice. He said, "You come to me with a sword and a spear, but I come to you in the name of the Lord." And then David said the bravest words of all. "The battle," he said, "is the Lord's." He knew that he did not have to win all by himself. He knew that God was fighting right beside him. Then David reached into his bag. He took out one small, smooth stone. He placed it gently in his sling. and he swung it round and round. The little stone flew through the air, and the great big giant came tumbling down to the ground. Just like that, the giant was beaten, not by a sword, not by a big strong army, but by a little shepherd boy who trusted in a very, very big God. And all the people who had been so afraid were filled with joy. But David did not think that he was the hero. David knew that God had won the day, and so he gave his thanks to the Lord. The giant had seemed so big, but next to God, even a giant is small. David was not strong enough on his own, but he did not have to be, because God was with him. And here is the most wonderful part. God was with him then, and he is with you now. The very same God who helped a shepherd boy face a giant is watching over you tonight. He has never stopped watching. He watched over David in the quiet fields. He watched over David in the valley. And he is watching over you in your cozy, warm bed. God does not get tired. God does not look away. And God is never, ever too busy for you. You are that precious to Him. God is like this with you too. Sometimes things can feel very big. Maybe something at school feels big. Maybe something at home feels big. Maybe the dark feels big sometimes. But you do not have to be big all by yourself, because the God who is with you is bigger than anything you face. When something feels too big, you can talk to God. You can say a little prayer and ask Him to help you be brave. And just like David, you will not be standing there alone. You can be brave like David, not because you are big, but because God is. Having faith is simply trusting that God is with you. And when you trust Him, your heart can feel brave, even when things feel big. Even when you feel little, God is bigger. Even when you feel afraid, God is near. Even when it is dark, God can see you perfectly. And even when you are fast asleep, God never stops taking care of you. So now let your body grow heavy and warm. Let your eyes close softly. There is nothing you need to do tonight. There is no giant in your room. There is only God watching over you with so much love. He will not fall asleep. He will not look away. He is bigger than the dark. He is bigger than your worries. He is bigger than anything that ever feels too big. Let your breathing slow now. Breathe in and out. You are safe. You are loved. And you are watched over all night long. So if something ever feels too big tomorrow, you can remember little David and the giant. And you can remember that your God is so much bigger. So tonight, little one, you can drift gently off to sleep, knowing this soft and certain truth, that you are safe, and you are loved, and the God who watches over you is bigger than any giant.